I just remember in high school, my teacher always told, my speech teacher always told me not to put our hands in our pockets when we were talking. Because she's like, I don't know what you're doing in there. You're playing pocket pool? It's like disgusting. What's up? I'm Michael Rahm. I'm a third year here at the U. I'm studying chemistry. My plan is to be a high school teacher, so pray for me in that. I remember my first encounter with God I had was really in high school, like early 10th grade. And I know that's when I first felt this desire to build a relationship with him. And I know, the best way to do it is through prayer. Back then, it was always about building this prayer life. And I tried to pray every night, but I almost never did. Like almost never. I remember every Sunday at Mass, I was like looking back on the week, it's like, okay, how did I do? It's like, man, that was awful. It was like every Sunday for the longest time. So like the will was there, the desire was there, it never happened, because in the moment, we always find some kind of excuse. But when I got to college, it was always about some kind of fresh start for me, especially in terms of just like my relationship with God. I joined CSU and I met all of these people that had, serious prayer lives. They took their relationship with God as a part of their life that they valued so much. It's like, this is a good environment for me to really build that. But even as I tried, it was still really hard. I had so many obstacles I ran into. Living in a dorm freshman year with a roommate, I'm not going to just get down on my knees in front of him and start praying the rosary. I had like nowhere to pray. It felt like, it felt fake to me too. It's like, why am I really praying right now? Is it because I love God, or is it because my friends pray and I want them to think that I pray? I was just always so distracted in prayer. It's like I could never focus for more than maybe 2 minutes without thinking about something else other than God. It was just so demotivating. All of those things together I just could not build a consistent prayer that I wanted, and it was so hard. But over time, it just got better. There was never like a moment for me, I don't think, where it's just like I just learned how to pray. That never happened. It was all just, I knew it was something I wanted, so I just kept trying. And every time that I failed, it's like, dang, that stinks. I didn't pray, but I'm going to pray tomorrow. Most of the times I did not pray tomorrow. But I still just like kept trying. And I found time and time again that that's where God works the most in our lives, is when we just fail, when we fall in front of Him, but we get up and say, Lord, I'm going to keep following you, even if it's hard and I can't do it. Yeah, and like I said, just over time, this prayer life just started to grow into something really beautiful. Just like my own personal relationship with God. For one, I started learning so much about myself and like what prayer looks like for me, because it's different for everyone. But it was really cool to start seeing how personal it was. Like I'm a man of routine. I need to set a time to pray every day, otherwise I won't. It's like weekends are really hard for me to pray, because I don't have that routine of classes, and it's hard to just insert a time into that. Something really valuable I learned is like after a time of prayer, you shouldn't look back on, dang, I got distracted 11 times in prayer. You should look back on, dang, I came back to God 11 times in prayer today. Or He doesn't care how often you got distracted. We're human, we all get distracted. He cares that we choose to come back to Him after getting distracted. And that's what matters. It's stuff like that that's so valuable. I learned that like adoration is super powerful for me. That's where God works the most. Adoration is like, it's the Eucharist. It's what we believe. That's Jesus. And for me, it's like you can either go up on some mountain somewhere and just like pray to God, or like Jesus is standing on this other mountain. And I'd rather go up on the mountain where He's standing, where I can go see Him. And that's what adoration is the Eucharist, what we believe is Jesus Christ on display for us to adore. I think the most important thing I learned overall, and I'm still learning to this day, is how it's never my own efforts that brings me closer to God. It's always how just like I keep trying and God does all the work. It was never anything I did, really, that got me to where I am and that will get me to where I'm going. I'm just gonna keep giving my life to You, Lord. I'm just gonna keep saying yes after I fall, and that's all God needs to work. I think that's really it to get me to where I am. It's like I said, there's still so much more to go, but yeah, it's been such a journey.